Retailers file for bankruptcy for the same reason anyone files for bankruptcy. They don't have the money to cover their debt. There was a great deal of peril for retail even before the pandemic, but this has sped up a lot of things. By some accounts, we're seeing what might have happened over the next 5 to 10 years happening in the span of 5 to 10 weeks. When a retailer files for bankruptcy, they have a couple of options. They can file for Chapter 11 or they can file for Chapter 7. Now, in Chapter 11, which is the direction most decide to go in, you don't liquidate, you don't shut the entire business down. Instead, what tends to happen is there are layoffs and you shut down part of your business. So store locations that aren't operating as well, that aren't getting the same kind of foot traffic would be some of the first to go. You may also put some of your items on sale, but it's not a full liquidation. The end goal with Chapter 11 is that you resume business but with less debt, whereas with Chapter 7, it is a complete liquidation. You're shutting the business down, you have the major liquidation, clearance sales, if you have real estate, selling all of your real estate, and unfortunately in that case, everyone who is an employee of the company loses their job. Chapter 11, it's very likely at least some of the employees will keep their jobs, whereas with Chapter 7, when a company is fully liquidating, they're going away. They don't exist anymore, and so those employees will lose their jobs. It might seem antithetical, but when a retailer files for Chapter 11 bankruptcy, what they're really doing is fighting for survival. They've taken on too much debt, they can't afford to pay it down, and instead they're trying to come to a deal, a conclusion, eliminating some of their storefronts, maybe some of their products, and unfortunately some of their employees so that they can continue to survive on the other side. And the entire objective with Chapter 11 is essentially to slim down, get rid of some of those assets, get rid of some of that debt, and come out stronger and better on the other side. One of the biggest trends coming into this pandemic was the Amazon effect. And while Amazon has certainly benefited from more and more people shopping online because they have to at home in quarantine, they were also benefiting prior to all of this. And a number of retailers who had stores across the country are now scrambling because those stores are closed. They don't know when they'll be able to reopen them, and they have no idea when the consumer, even if they're reopened, will come back and want to spend. Now this revolution, which was set to happen in retail over 5 to 10 years, is happening in the span of just 5 to 10 weeks.